Amtrak Pacific Surfliner presents the Boys Open Division City Volleyball Championship match. It's top-ranked Chatsworth 39-8 against number 2 seeded Palisades. The Dolphins are 36-6. We're at Premier America Credit Union Arena on the campus of Cal State Northridge. Two titans in the city section, Pally and Chatsworth. In fact, Chatsworth has won 9 city titles. That's second all time, tied with the university. Who's number 1? Palisades. They've won 17. Hello, everybody. My name is Randy Rosenblum, set to call the play-by-play. My cohort today, as always on volleyball, is Will Reinhardt. And Will, as we bring you in, no shock that these two teams are here. It's the same scenario as a year ago. Chatsworth was number 1, Pally was number 2, and the Dolphins won.
Isn't that something? The more things change, the more they stay the same. And you got it right off the top. This is a battle of blue bloods. This is the Palisades mystique versus, I would say, perhaps the Chatsworth unfinished business. They have some unfinished business from last year, Andy.
Let's talk about a couple stars by the name of Blake. We'll start with Blake Pexox, who arguably is the best setter in the Los Angeles City section. He plays for Palisades. He was the co-MVP in the city last year.
Pexox has got all the confidence in the world to go with those phenomenal skills that you just talked about. And what I think tells you everything is that the coach, Carlos Gray, his teammates, they all believe in this kid to get the job done. He's the maestro.
The other Blake is not just another Blake. It's Blake Pohavits, the great outside hitter who's had a storied career at Chatsworth on his way to George Mason University.
Yeah, Pohavits we've seen up close, and we know he's a stud, of course, on the court. The thing that really impressed me, too, was his character. Gosh, every time we try to talk about the amazing things he did, he passed it off to his teammates. He's that kind of guy. I think it makes them a stronger team.
Revenge will be on the mind of Chatsworth. Is that good or bad? Maybe too hyped up?
You know, we're going to have to watch and see. I think that the motivation is clearly there, but they're not in their first rodeo. This is the kind of thing where they have been preparing to win regardless of who's wearing what jersey on the other side. They got to take care of business on their side. They know it. They're not going to get hooked up in those games.
Should be a phenomenal match. Palisades, the champions, the number 2 seed, top-ranked Chatsworth, been number 1 all year. We'll see if they can take that title back to Chatsworth right down the road. We'll be back. We'll have that opening serve for you for the Dolphins and the Chancellors. That's next on LA 36. '23 Boys Volleyball Championships from Cal State Northridge. We're just about ready to serve. Palisades will put it in play. Blake Sox will serve to begin this match. We've been anticipating this one for a while, Will.
Yeah, this has been a year in the making. The same two teams from last year's final ready to do all over again what they did last year. Hopefully we get a fantastic match.
I think it'll be loud in here, don't you?
Well, these are two schools with terrific fan bases. They're both used to a lot of success. And, it's Los Angeles, so we have a little bit of a late arriving crowd, but I think it's going to be great.
Rick Skalma is the lead official. Marissa Mendez, Marie Frazier, and Danielle Ratzlaff are on the line.
All right, let's do it.
As duly noted, one Blake's going to put it in play. Pexox, we're underway. Chatsworth receiving. There's Pohavits immediately giving Chatsworth a point.
We'll have to see how much they're able to withstand the Pohavits show. They could call him Hurricane Blake. He's quite a storm when he gets going.
McCarthy to serve. Sophomore serving specialist for the Chancellor. They're tough at the net. It was Palisades and Una Akalu.
Well, they're not backing down, Randy. They went immediately to the right side to test Palisades' defense. We know about it as an offensive threat, and there he was roofing that one.
That one's down, and a kill for Alex Brew. Senior, a high riser. Very smooth, terrific on the pin.
Here comes one of my favorites. Dixon back into the game. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing what Justin Dixon brings to the match today.
James Rockwell will serve. He was on the runner-up team a year ago. Una Akalu, whistle at the net. This one going against Pally as they went into the net.
Yeah, a little bit excited there. You know, you can expect to see a few little errors here and there at the very beginning. They are experienced teams, but nonetheless, this is a big stage and this is an important match for both.
Really great that they can have this title match at Cal State Northridge.
So glad to have it back here. Oh, look at that. Another unforced error for Palisades. Out of rotation, you know, it's going to be one of those things where there's just a few little nerves in there.
It's been a busy day of volleyball here. Great championship matches. Divisions 3, 2, 1, and now the Open.
Carlos Gray is still confounded. He doesn't understand what the overlap was. They're going to play on.
Excellent start for number 1 Chatsworth until that service error. As Nate Kim buried it into the net.
We'll have to keep an eye on that rotation as it comes around next time and see if that was a one-off or if there is some kind of miscommunication there.
Sean Wallach, the libero, just a sophomore, but he played extensively a year ago. The tip is beautiful from Palisades.
Love it. You know there's that thunder and lightning in Hurricane Palisades, right? And yet he could also just give you the soft touch and blow you over like a little flower.
And the jump serve. Uka Akalu again.
Yeah, Chatsworth got caught celebrating a little bit before the ball was actually down. Now, it worked out for him, but they might want to wait till they hear a whistle next time.
Yeah, Una Akalu, number 21 already with a couple blocks. And he was not alone. Beautiful dig by Perez. Kim to set it. Beauregard is blocked. Bergstein got up on the net nicely for Powley. Another violation against Palisades.
I don't think that Carlos Gray knows what's going on. There have been 3 calls by the down ref in the first 9 points. That's highly unusual. He's not pleased.
Chancellor's 7-2. 7-3, 2 of the 3 points on service error.
Yeah, you know, if you're Chatsworth, you might want to capitalize on some of these unforced errors by Palisades and not just give the ball right back. But, again, Gray looks frustrated. I wonder how long he'll keep his cool there.
Emmett Whitaker is on to serve. The lefty puts it in play. Beauregard with a mishit. Point Pally.
So now what happens when we've got Palisades in the back row? We're going to have to see who is going to be stepping up. Is it going to be Dunn? Is it going to be Beauregard? Who's going to step up? Una Akalu? I don't know. We'll find out.
Dolphins undefeated in the Western League. Chancellors undefeated in the West Valley League. For the last 2 years, they've been undefeated.
They have been. And that answers the question on that play. It was Una Akalu who came through with the side-out play. So, you know, good job. And let's see what they can do on serve.
Perez with the serve. Power from Pierce Bergstein.
Good old-fashioned one-on-one. Advantage hitter.
Bergstein. He's a leader out there. Also has a very good serve, and we're going to see him go back outside the line to put it in play.
Again, there's more confusion. I'm not sure what's happening on the Pally sideline, but that was not a timeout that Carlos Gray wanted to take right there. Seemed to be a rotational issue.
We'll take the timeout. It's 8-5 Chancellors over the Dolphins. We're just getting revved up. The Amtrak Pacific Surfliner Championship match in the city section on LA 36.
California has always been a land of discovery. From historic gems to iconic beaches to top attractions. Let the Amtrak Pacific Surfliner be part of your journey as you explore more of the place we call home. Reconnect with the communities you love most, with the people you love most. Isn't it time you rediscovered Southern California?
I know kids worry about a lot of things. Getting enough food to eat shouldn't be one of them. Through a nationwide network of food banks, Feeding America serves virtually every community in the United States. See how you can help your community. Visit feedingamerica.org.
Pierce Bergstein, there's the junior. His team is trailing 8-5. Opening set, best 3 out of 5 for the LA City section title. 2023 Boys Volleyball Championships here at Cal State Northridge at Premier America Credit Union Arena, home of the Matadors.
That's a mouthful right there. Yeah, you know what? It's been a choppy beginning. Unusual calls from the umpire on rotation, on unders, an early timeout that didn't seem to be tactical. It seemed to be more just to get their stuff together. They got to smooth things out here.
Well, again, Pierce has a very good serve. A lot of movement. Peksak got it. He's not just a setter, he can attack.
He can attack, and boy, that was a smart little play, a little in-between seam attack, off speed. Nice point. It's a 2-point game now after all that.
Well, Pelly's, they got pedigree, and the Dolphins won't go away quietly no matter how well Chatsworth plays. That one's blocked.
Yeah, well, pedigree takes you so far, but they got to have talent, and this team does have talent. So the two things together work nicely.
They're within one. Bergstein again to serve. Very competitive, fiery player, former basketball performer. You see that a lot in volleyball. Good serve. Paul Havitz had to really move to get to it. And the high flyer on the outside. Chase Dunn scoring for Chatsworth.
Yeah, you know, interesting thing about the dolphin, Randy, it's the smartest sea mammal there is. A lot of people think it's a walrus.
I was not really thinking of that when I was doing my
Palisades
preparation
Dolphins.
for the match. I get the fact that they're the Dolphins.
Look at that. They just let it go right there.
See, they're smart.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. All right, Landy back to serve. Let's see what he can do with it.
Yeah, Josh is a junior. That's going to play on the right side and years to come at Pallet. That's a quick in the middle and an easy score for Justin Dixon. He's a 6'4 junior that's very, very consistent.
Yeah, we saw him earlier in the year on tap, and he was just such a special surprise. He really gives them some added lift, takes some pressure off Pohevitz.
They're done the serve. Rockwell played it easily. Rockwell is Ruth. Nate Kim, the setter of all people.
We're going to have to call him Nasty Nate after that one. Oh, my goodness. Solo? Ding.
That was sublime.
Man, he put it down.
11-8 Chatsworth. They've wanted to play Pally all season long. They're going to get their opportunity in this title match. Rockwell. That one goes to Pally.
Net violation. There was some traffic up there at the net, and Kim and Justin, they just couldn't quite avoid the contact, so Dixon gets called for the net. Peksak back to serve it.
See how well they got up on the net there, Pally, but there was the net violation on Chatsworth. Another block. Brew doing a nice job. That was a touch. It went in anyway. Give the point to Chatsworth.
That's so smart. You know, you see in the first contact there, Pohevitz going right through the wall didn't work. He gets the ball right back, and this time he goes off the top of the block, which is, that's what you expect out of a top-notch college-bound hitter.
Sheena Agassi, head coach at Chatsworth. Did a terrific job with both the boys and the girls. And his team is out to a good start. They've opened up a 4-point lead.
A 4-point lead on an unforced error there, free balling it out of bounds. That's the sort of thing that you wouldn't expect to see from a seasoned team.
That serve is wide.
3 at least. 3 serving errors on Chatsworth. You know, and I think Coach Sina Agassi cannot be thrilled about those relatively unnecessary mistakes. They weren't tough serves. So they got to settle down and get their serving game working.
Here's James Rockwell, the explosive outside hitter serving. Una Akalu. Kim put it out there for him beautifully.
I tell you, and it's going to get lost in there, but I mean, Chase Dunn just absolutely just gobbled up that massive jump serve from Rockwell, and it put him in system, which resulted in Una Akalu finishing.
Nate Kim serving with a 4-point lead. Bergstein tipping, and again, a net violation, and it was Una Akalu that went into the net. That gives the point to Pally.
That one we can see was pretty obvious. Una Akalu really trying to extend and just lost his balance. Breaks the net, and it's going to cost him a point.
On the back set, Pohevitz.
That's definitely not a good matchup for Palisades, right? Pohevitz had a much smaller blocker on him. Relatively easy side out. Let's see what he can do with the serve.
Banged it long.
That's 4. 4 serving years. Now, at least that one you can say it's an aggressive server. He's going to try and put pressure on the defense. You have to live with some of that, but still, a third of the Dolphins' points have come courtesy of the Chatsworth serving errors.
And it's helping them stay right there with Chatsworth. Another net violation. This one against Palisades.
Yeah, I will tell you, I guess, it looks like the referee's going to earn her money, Carissa Mendez, by the whistle, because she's blown a lot of whistles at the net already.
Pally out of system. An opportunity on the free ball for Chatsworth. And the kill on the outside for Chase Dunn.
Chase Dunn with a much-needed attack from the pin. Again, when Pohevitz is back row, it really causes questions as to where they're going to go for their points. So far, Dunn and Dixon have been the answer.
It's unquestioned. Opening set in control is Chatsworth. Dunn again. This time he slapped it into the net. Point Pally.
Yeah, I wonder if the Chancellors make just enough errors to keep Palisades in this. I think that's a really dangerous thing for the Chancellors. They've got to play clean. So far, they've been carrying Palisades a little bit, and that might cost them.
Bergstein again to serve, the junior. And that's a poor serve. A little bit of nerves in this opening set.
I don't know what to make of it. I mean, I don't want to credit it to nerves. I mean, it's just poor execution on his part. And, they're all human beings. They're all kids. But, gosh, these are some surprising mistakes.
Panate to serve. He is a serving specialist. Rockwell had it come back. That's another point for Chatsworth on the roof.
A little bit of a delay, but then the call that it was in, Gray's got to think about it.
Carlos is taking a timeout. Chatsworth by 6 will step out. Our Amtrak Pacific Surfliner game of the week. In fact, you know what? Let's get the key players in, because they got to action real quick here. Here are the Pally key players, and you've seen many of them already this evening. We haven't seen Enzo Torres established at number 10. He could be a threat before this one's over.
Yeah, and we were expecting big things. It hasn't been the way the game has started so far. But, sometimes the flow of the game, it dictates that different players get involved early. And so we'll see Torres make his impact.
Palisades Dolphins, again, the reigning champions. They've won it 17 times.
Hey, there's the new
Chatsworth.
Papa.
Yeah,
the new Papa.
Sina Agassi.
Little Ariana watching at home, not having any idea what she's looking at.
Let's congratulate Kristen. She did all the work, right?
Kristen did all the work. That's right.
And there are the key players for Chatsworth, and they've been established already. Pohevitz, Una Akalu, Chase Dunn's had a couple of kills. They've all had their moments so far. And Chatsworth clinging to a nice advantage.
Don't forget that block from Nate Kim, and that was just such a motivator. So sweet.
That one's on the ground. Pohevitz could not dig it.
Nice play out of the timeout. Way to steady the ship, 5-point game right there. Now we just got to see if Landy can go ahead and put some pressure on with the serve.
Consistent middle is Landy. Very solid blocker and hitter. Here's a chance, but the roof again at the net. Chris Dunn.
He did telegraph that a little bit, you know, and I know Peksak is somebody who sets the ball well, but he's not the world's biggest hitter, so he's going to get roofed 9 times out of 10 on that play.
Chatsworth has reached 20, but again, they're throwing points away with their serve. It's 15 to serve to 20.
I would say it's given Agassi gray hair, but he's got his hair shaved so tight, I can't tell if there's any gray on there.
Well, he's got gray pants on.
they were black at the beginning of the game, weren't they?
Yeah. Bergstein setting it up. Rockwell putting it away.
Yeah, that's why you cannot rule out the Dolphins. As I'm looking at this match early on, it seems to me like the edge is the Chatsworth, but the Dolphins just keep coming at you. And if you give them opportunities, man, you're going to be really sorry about that.
Peksak to serve. That's pretty from Rockwell. Good form on that kill. The dump by Kim. Nate Kim going quickly, going on 2.
Yeah, we know Nate Kim's a high GPA guy. There's a lot of really smart players on this Chancellor's unit, and that was a good time for it. Puts him at 4 points away from the first set, you know. Nice look.
Rapidly improving Nate Kim. McCarthy serves. Beautiful back set to Rockwell. Pohavits. He's been accurate. You know, when we saw him against Taft, he had a lot of kills, but he had some errors as well. Not so far tonight. When he's had an opportunity, he's put it down.
His bad is still pretty good, but his good is really good. What is it Betty Davis said? When I'm bad, I'm good, and when I'm good, I'm better? I don't know. Something like that. Maybe it was Mae West. One of those
You're giving away your age.
Oh.
Not done. He isn't giving away much. Chase right down the pipe with the winner.
Those are plays I don't expect to work because they're so well disciplined on the Dolphin side, but they've scored a couple on some off-speed things there for Chatsworth.
They're 2 points away from the opening set, and another great serve from McCarty.
So I guess turnabout's fair play. Some unforced errors by Chatsworth, keeping around Pally, and now Pally returning the favor, and we're at set point.
Patrick McCarty serving. Rockwell with the bomb. That was heavy heat.
Well, I'll say one thing. If I haven't learned anything today is that simply winning the first set convincingly is no guarantee you're going to win the match.
Yeah, you coached earlier today. You won the first set against Southgate, but unfortunately they won the next 3, right?
We kind of made it look easy in the first one and real hard in the last 3.
Rockwell going for it, even though his team is at set point down. They block it here. Bergstein got the job done.
That was really smart by Bergstein. He could have cranked it. Instead, he went off speed, catching Kim in the air, and not enough time for there to be a recovery by Jacob Perez to be able to pop it back up.
Another set point for the Chancellors.
Perez, a fantastic libero, by the way. I mean, Agassi just can't say high enough things about that guy. He's an amazing player as a passer.
Chatsworth has the first set, 25-18. Looking like the number 1 ranked team in Los Angeles. Never in danger. Controlling the set. And they ease in at 25-18. Set 2 is coming up next. Let's see what adjustments Carlos Gray makes when we come back. Chatsworth up 1-love in our Amtrak Pacific Surfliner Championship match. Boys volleyball in the LA section. Good action there at the net. And Pohavits, even though he had the service error there, has been terrific throughout.
Yeah, that might have been his only mistake. As we look at this one here, you see that soft feather roll right there. Peksak just reading the block and finding a hole over it. Dunn doing the same. Look at that. It's not always about power and pace. Sometimes it's about the off-speed and location.
Some of the action from that opening set.
I know
California has
kids worry about a
always been a land of discovery. From historic gems to iconic beaches to top attractions. Let the Amtrak Pacific Surfliner be part of your journey as you explore more of the place we call home. Reconnect with the communities you love most, with the people you love most. Isn't it time you rediscovered Southern California?
There are 16 million children struggling with hunger in America. That's 1 in 5 daughters, sons, neighbors, and classmates who don't know where their next meal is coming from. Yet billions of pounds of good food go to waste every year. It's time we do something about it. Feeding America is a nationwide network of food banks that helps provide meals to millions of kids and families in need. Visit feedingamerica.org to help them feed even more. Together, we can solve hunger. Together, we're feeding America.
She said Chatsworth B-roll coming up.
Look at Cal State Northridge. Nice venue here. They used to call it the Matadome. Now it's the Premier America Credit Union Arena. There's the Palisades Dolphins, and they were controlled 25-18. Easy set victory for Chatsworth. So, Will Reinhardt, what are these Dolphins going to need to do to turn this around?
Well, before we talk about the Dolphins, you know, the locals, the kids on campus here, they call this the Pacua Arena. Pacua, I don't know, P-A-C-U-A. Anyway, I call it the Matadome, and if the Dolphins are going to get back here in the Matadome, they are going to have to start trying to put more pressure on that defense of Chatsworth. Right now, it seems like they've only had maybe 2-3 solid attacks, and so Chatsworth has gotten comfortable, relaxed, and when they get in a flow and a rhythm, I think they're going to be tough to stop. So I would say they have to be way more aggressive at the net than they've been so far.
Yeah, I think you'll see a much more determined effort from Pally in this second set. They were just out of sorts early in the first set and really never got it going.
Yeah, they didn't get it going. It's not too late or anything like that. But I don't think you really want to give Chatsworth much more momentum. I don't think you'll be able to reel them back in. It just seems like they have a lot more purpose this year, given what we talked about in the Open with the last year's defeat to the same Palisades team. Loaded with seniors, whereas Palisades, you know, they have a couple of key seniors, but they're pretty young.
Earlier in the tournament, after Chatsworth defeated their opening round opponent, it was a day match. They went over to Pally to watch Palisades play Eagle Rock in the first round. That's how much they were scouting. As a team, they all found transportation. They wanted to see this Pally team, anticipating this matchup.
It's a good call. I saw it.
Violation goes against Pally again.
It's been a little tough at the net right now. A lot of whistles from the down ref, but in that situation, yeah, Enzo Torres did put his foot underneath the center line.
Tough serve. Oh, Peksak able to get it through. They were out of system, but he was able to finish it off.
Yeah, he was. You know, he's an intelligent player. We said that also in the Open, and, you know, not surprising that he found a little hole right there.
Too easy in the middle.
And you know what's coming, too. I mean, it wasn't like anything was really terribly concealed there. That was just Justin Dixon saying, I'm going to impose myself on you, and he was able to.
Just a quick attack in the middle for Justin. Riccardi to serve. Glanced off the net. And Brew doesn't convert. Again, Palisades just not right there. They're missing shots.
Bit of a tough break with the let serve resulting in an out-of-system sequence. Still should have gotten more of that from the outside hitter.
Palisades getting beat at the net, too.
Communication, that ball's going out.
It looked out, didn't it?
And fortunately, Rockwell didn't get the call or didn't listen, whichever it was. I didn't hear a call. He went for it. Unfortunately, saved them a point.
Suddenly, it's 4-1. Trying to hit over the block. Another miss hit. Another point for the Chancellor.
Makes sense to do that because of the size of Pohevitz, but, you know, the risk is if you don't get the top of the block, it sails out by a mile.
Chatsworth early in complete control of this championship match. Brugge off speed, beautiful in front of Panate.
Second time I've seen Panate give what I would describe as a questionable effort on defense. Hopefully he'll be able to start reading that a little bit better and help out the Chatsworth to pick up some of those cross-court swings.
Enzo Torres will serve. Let's see if he can get it going for Powell. And the Dolphins with 17 boys city titles. More than anybody. Una Akalu Too good. Just a sophomore. Big chap at 6'7".
And if you're looking at the middle of the court, so far, you got to say, I mean, Chatsworth is dominating. Both Dixon and Unaku are both just imposing themselves on the Palisades block.
That's a do-over.
It is a do-over. That's the technical term for it. Can he get one more do-over?
No.
Is it one per serve?
Nearly hit that one to the East Valley.
2 serving errors for Kim, and I think Nate's a little bit disappointed in himself because that's not common for him.
See what Wallet can do with the ball in his hands. Havit's a crater creator. They're passing beautifully, the Chancellor.
Yeah, you put a ball in that kind of position. I mean, prayer is a good possible defense there, but I mean, I don't know what you're supposed to do.
Get out of the way.
Now that was done. Done on the net.
Yep. Number 4 was done into the net. It's a point for Powell.
He lost the chase on that one. Sorry, too early?
Very early. See, people have to know he's chase done to put it all together.
Copy that. Note to self.
Soft, short serve.
A rare miscue by Nate Kim. He really put Beauregard in a no-win situation there, and he comes under the net.
So a little bit of a change in the armor for the Chancellors.
Just the same as the first set. When they're clean, they're not going to lose. But when they make the errors, they're vulnerable. And I guess that's true of most teams, right?
Kelly getting up on that net. Opportunity. Again, they're out of system. Kim to Una'akalu. Still alive. Not down. Peksak kept it alive. Beauregard. Noah Beauregard.
Look at that. I do declare General Beauregard is here. Bringing the thunder from down under.
I am him, Noah Beauregard.
Well, that was nice. Nice little lift from the lefty.
But some life for the Dolphins. Just sense they're awakening. Tipped over. Played by Wallig, the libero. Bernstein with heavy heat. Yeah, the Dolphins are alive.
Splitting the block, man. Well, you know what they say down on the west side, right? You got to save the Dolphins, right? It's all about saving the Dolphins. And look at that. That's a big-time save right through the block.
Two-man wall. Got up there a little tardy. That's not a clean hit. That one's long. Palisades to within 1.
I tell you, the unforced errors by Chatsworth are absolutely just life support right now for the Dolphins, and it's something they may regret. We'll see. Let's see if they can get it together.
Bergstein can't get to it. Give Chase Gunn another kill.
Because when they're executing in system, you see, it's pretty obvious that Chatsworth has got the superior firepower, as good as Pally is. And that's a good example right there, that sequence. But the errors is what's keeping Pally around right now.
Well, Pally's got good volleyball players. So you have to play consistent or they're going to find a way to get back in it. They don't make too many mistakes. Torres had a sharp angle go just wide, so it's another point for Chatsworth.
Torres still not yet to get on track. He's telling Peksak, push it out. He needs that ball closer to the pin. Let's see if it works.
Right back to him.
Blocked out. Head referee Rich Galma overturning the call of the linesman. Linesman had called it in. It's reversed, called out. I think correctly so.
I didn't make a call because I wasn't sure what they called.
Yeah, no, it was over.
They were unsure.
Over on whether it was in the line or not. Linesperson immediately called it in. Scalma saw it out. I saw it out. It's 2-1. We took a vote. Point Palisades.
Landy serving. Down 2. Chatsworth won the opening set 25-18. Palisades from the deep court. He'll try it again. The roll shot is in.
It's a big security blanket, isn't it? They got into a little bit of trouble, got to a 2-point game, and 2 in a row go right to Palisades. They didn't even wait for him to get to the front row.
And they have that confidence to go to him out of the deep court.
Confidence could also be read as desperation, but yeah, I think both are true. They needed to side out, that's for sure. Miscue on the set. Looks like Christopher Pettit was not expecting the ball in that location.
It's a danger zone for Pally. They're down 4. Opportunity for Chatsworth. They're just too strong. Dixon, a sharpshooter in the middle.
Well, in that sequence, Dixon did get a little beat on the dump. He saw it, but he saw it late. Got a piece of it. Recovers, and then smashes it for another kill.
Chatsworth starting to pull away again, even though the Dolphins are playing better. Torres hits that one very wide, and it sailed on him.
I'd have to say, I think we're both a little surprised that Torres has not been the factor we anticipated. So far, he's been slow to get on track, and it's 14-8 second set. Might be a problem for the Dolphins.
Right now, they're being outplayed. There's Torres. There's the snap in the wrist we've been waiting for.
That he got one-on-one. Dixon bit on the middle. The one-on-one with Nate Kim, as good of a blocker as Nate Kim has shown himself to be. One-on-one with Torres is going to be tough.
See what Pexot can do here with the serve. See if they can string some points together. Miscommunication with Kim and Dixon, and that's a free point for Pally.
I don't like it, but I guess if you have a certain game plan in mind, and you got to go with it. And sometimes they don't execute it.
They go back to Palisades, and he hit it wide. Another point for Pally. It is a game of momentum.
It is.
And Pally's cut it to 3, 14-11. Chatsworth, the top-ranked team in L.A. Looking for their 40th win of the year. Palisades.
Yeah, see there, I think they got a little creative. Nate Kim running the back one. First to Dixon didn't work. Trying to go a shoot to Palisades didn't work. I think maybe instead of getting adventuresome, they ought to just go with what works, and that is find a nice little ball to Palisades, let him put it away. Serving error number 5.
McCarty into the net.
I think the first one in this set, still, maybe second one in this set, but it's too many, considering the nature of the serve is not that dangerous.
Torres back behind the line.
He is Enzo, the baker.
Well, that toss is way up in the air, and unfortunately his serve was way wide.
The Venice coach, Alan Hunt, likes to say, he talks about the 7 deadly sins of serving, and one of them is don't commit a serving error after you just had one given to you.
Alan Hunt's had a terrific career at Venice, hasn't he?
He sure has. And he's
beautiful up by Perez.
Familiar with both of these teams, that's for sure.
Another violation, net violation against Palisades. And again, the spread is 5, and you just get that sense Chatsworth can turn it up anytime they want.
And Chase Dunn just had to squeeze every last inch of vertical out on that one to make that play. Nice attack from the back row.
Where is it going to come from, that rally from Pally? Can they stop Palisades? No. The tip is down for Blake Palisades. Pexox with a great effort, but couldn't quite get to it.
Yeah, nice touch. Just outside the reach. That's been the story of the game so far, just outside the reach.
18-12 Chancellors. Timeouts. Palisades. They're in trouble on our Amtrak Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week. Look at this. Look at this. Chatsworth, California, Amtrak Pacific Surfliner. The place to be. How about this? It's lovely in Chatsworth.
That is the station I dropped my son off for UC San Diego. He takes the Surfliner down to La Jolla. He loves that little station. It's so convenient to where we live. And you know what? I mean, the Chancellors, Boy, they are not getting derailed so far. They are really going strong.
Don't railroad me with those lines.
Oh, no.
But there's Chatsworth Station, and it is lovely every day. You can go there 365 days a year. You got the sun, a little bit of wind, and the sunshine.
It is a beautiful place to grow up. They say a fine place to raise a boy, Chatsworth, California.
Well, it is. It is. It really is a gorgeous, gorgeous.
So we got to see if Pally can rally in the valley.
Oh, Pally can rally in the valley.
Right.
Now, do you write these down or what?
You know what? I've got some professional talent. I'm not so good today because they're on strike and they haven't been able to write me anything good.
There's one that gets through for the Dolphins. Much needed. They're within 5. Wallig will serve. I'm sure Will Reinhardt will come up with some kind of poetic thought in regards to this sequence of events on this rally.
Here's poetry right here. Here's poetry.
Here's Una Akalu.
Oh. Wow.
But there was a violation this one against
the kill
Una
was
Akalu.
good. The kill was good.
He went into the net,
but
though.
he ended up dragging his hand on the front of the net. He's had a couple net violations.
Yeah, he has.
You know, here it is. You'll see it on the net cam. There's the drag on the net.
Yep. He is but a sophomore, so you have to love how good he is at a tender age. That one comes back. Beauregard went up, and he was blocked. Number 11 with the roof, Josh Landy.
No, you were set so tight. Why do you try and swing through the wall? It just seemed like that was a guaranteed block.
15 serving 18.
Maybe some inexperience. He's subbing out right now. Get a chance to think about his mistake. It was a tight set, but you got to know better. You got to know better.
Can Palisades rally all the way back? They're within 3. Havitz.
That would be no, Randy. That would be no.
Well, Havitz is just, he's such a lethal weapon.
I mean, I'm sure Pally's happy to have him in the back row, but his serve and his back row attack are pretty effective.
Oh, that one's tooled off the block. Give Pally the point. Brew with some sharp shooting. Fish in a barrel for Brew.
So we get to find out if Chatsworth can side out because at this point they have the advantage. A few side outs, maybe 6 side outs, and they can win the set. Let's just see what Pally can do to score on serve.
Whitaker is going to serve. Can he serve tough? The lefty, that's as good as it gets off the net. Dunn. Didn't go down. Pally's still in the rally. Una Akalu. Terrific up by Wallig.
They're kind of pulling for Pally right here after all that defense.
Dunn, dink.
Una Akalu blisters those balls and they score off of a tip. Wow.
That was the best rally of the match.
That's kind of messed up, you have to admit. A little messed up after all that heat, and then all of a sudden you change the speed on them like that.
Life isn't fair.
It's not. I can attest to it.
Bergstein.
But again, you're just trading points right now. So
you are, but at least you're in system. At least Pally's back in system.
Where does Pally find the ability to score off a serve? Can they shake this receive right now? Or do the Chatsworths, Chancellors just feed Dixon again? What happens here?
Havitz with a nice pass. And that's how it starts.
And we have our answer.
Dixon kills it in the middle. It all starts with that first pass,
Just
doesn't
saying,
it?
like, you got weapons in the middle. Obviously, you have Havitz on the outside and the back row. So if Chatsworth is in system, I mean, it's not fun. If you're the other team. Obviously, if you're Chatsworth, you're having a good time. You know, but not if you're the opponent.
Luis Panate, senior, serving. Back up Libero. That one hit the tape and went wide. It's a service error.
Yeah.
Takes a little bit of the pressure off of Pally as they climb to within 3.
Panate may not have this match on his highlight reel. He's been a little slow with his start so far. But there's still plenty of time for him to pick it up and the Chancellors to get this first championship right now over Palisades.
Havitz, but it went long. It sailed on a point Pally. Blake knew he had it right there and just hit it a shade too far.
And he even took out the little video camera at the end of the court. Wow, that was a disaster right there. 2-point game, though.
See if the Dolphins can exert any pressure on the Chancellors. Chance for Pally to score. Another long rally. Pohavits just pushing it deep. Smart play. Still alive.
No.
That's 4 contacts. Point Chatsworth.
Oh, my God. I'm sorry. I feel for you, Carlos, bro. When you're watching this back, no, I feel for you, bro. Oh, my God. That should have been a save. Rough. That's rough.
He wants a timeout. That is very costly.
Oh.
It could have been 21-20. Instead, it's 22-19 for Chatsworth. That was a big sequence, wasn't it?
Dude, that's my dude, too, and I feel bad for him. Carlos is a great cook. He's a great man. He's done so well for them.
Chatsworth looking to go up 2-0, our championship match on LA 36.
Yeah, if you're sitting there right now as a Dolphin, you're thinking, man, we've been working our butt off. We're right there. We just got to be a little sharper. And if you're the Chancellors, by contrast, Cena's got to be happy, except for the necessary errors that are happening here. I think they're taking errors that really are out of character and that they don't really need. Maybe a little too aggressive.
It's interesting. He played his college volleyball right here at CSUN.
Yeah, home sweet home, right? Wouldn't that be something to be able to bring it back to where he used to have his old playing days?
Yeah, started his college career at Hawaii and transferred back home and played at CSUN.
It's bad news for the Dolphins. They're down to 3 points here, and Pohavits has rotated front row. So, I don't see them coming back in this set. But that's why they keep playing it, and you got Picksock in the front row.
You want to kill our television ratings?
I didn't say they would come back in the match. I think that's entirely possible. But this set's not looking great.
Well, see if they can put this one away. There's Torres. Dug beautifully by Panate. Pohavits. Still alive. It'll be run down by Wallach. Free ball.
Here comes
Chatsworth.
Pohavits. No, yeah.
Pohavits. Run down again by the Dolphins.
Give it to him again. Oh.
Nate Kim dumping it down on 2.
That was not the plan, but the pass was so tight, and Kim was opportunistic on that situation. Here we go. Booyah!
Nate Kim playing a solid match. Setter for Chatsworth. Torres with the rocket.
Yo.
And the point for Pally.
Again, can't trade points. Just can't trade points.
Yeah, you do serve tough here if you're Pecksock. This is a part of the game, this set, where you really need to score points.
And with the exception of Rockwell, they haven't really been just whipping aces through. Picksock is not just driving the ball and serve, so it makes you wonder, how are they going to be able to get a stop here? Because you got to look for Chatsworth to be in system unless some craziness happens.
Yeah, you'd like to see if you're Pally Chatsworth make a couple mistakes.
Well, they've done that, and that's why
couple
it's as
more
close
mistakes.
as it is. Yeah, no, if Chatsworth's not making the mistakes, I don't think we're in that close of a set right now. But let's see what Pohavits and Dixon do here. They got a couple great options.
Perfect pass again. Kim dumps it down again. Tip back over beautifully by Pecksock. And there's the block. That's how you get it done. Alex Brew.
Boy, they needed that. They needed that so badly. The question is, can they get it 2 or 3 more times?
That was a wonderful up by Pecksock. Yeah. That's as good as you're going to get. A rolling dig.
Yeah, Pecksock absolutely saved their bacon right there. And I lose no confidence whatsoever in Pohavits. I go right back to him. Unless you got something that looks just juicy for Dixon. Otherwise, I'm going to my big outside. Let's see what happens. Let's see what they choose to do.
But again, if you're Palisades, at least you're exerting some pressure on Chatsworth.
Definitely.
More of a competitive set than the first one. Pohavits again.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Torres.
Wow, really?
Joust at the net. Won easily by Pettit.
No, but a net, Randy, a net. And I saw it. It happened absolutely. Let's check the replay. He follows through. His swing is good. His hand follows through on the net. So this is going to be set point for the Chancellors.
They still have 23-22 on the board. They got to switch.
I'm just telling you what the referee is saying. That's
yeah,
what
I
I'm
agree with you.
This is set point.
It is set point. It was right there for Pettit, too.
Touch, touch, touch.
And now they hit it out.
Yeah, no.
Nope, there's a touch.
It's a touch.
They're still alive.
Absolutely 100% a touch. But again, too little too late for Pally unless they can pull a miracle right here.
How close was that, though?
Oh, real close. Pohavits right now, front row. You got Una Aklu there. I mean, there's just a lot of weaponry in the Chatsworth Chancellor Army right here. You're going to think about it.
Chatsworth will take a timeout.
It's a good timeout, right? I mean, a lot of action going on right here. You don't want to see Palisades score off of momentum if you're Chatsworth. On the other hand, I mean, Pala, you got to be feeling a lot better about the situation right now, don't you?
Absolutely.
Dolphins have got to be feeling the current right behind them, driving them through.
Well, it's Chatsworth that's doing swimmingly. And by the way, the greatest streak of championships in city section volleyball, Chatsworth
Hey, it's Vanessa, and I am here in
2002
Anaheim checking out all the fun things to do. Start your visit to Anaheim with a trip on the Amtrak Pacific Surfliner. You'll arrive at Arctic, which is really close to awesome events. After a short walk, you'll arrive at Angel Stadium, home of the Los Angeles Angels. Catching a game is always so much fun. If you're more of a hockey fan, head over to the Honda Center to see the Anaheim Ducks play. Lots of top-tier concerts happen here, too.
Learn more at PacificSurfliner.com/Game of the Week.
Dollars to donuts. This goes to Pohevitz.
Dollars to donuts. Will believes it's going to Pohevitz to try to win the set. I mentioned it before we went to the break. Chatsworth has the greatest streak of championships in boys volleyball, 2002 to 05. They won 4 in a row. Pally has won the championship 3 times in a row, twice. They're trying to repeat this year, but Chatsworth in the driver's seat. Pohevitz ends the set. Well, we saw him do that against Taft a couple times, winning kills on set point. Blake Pohevitz and Chatsworth are 1 set away from the LA City Section title, 25-18 and 25-22. Sina Agassi's team has got it going at Northridge.
Look at this. This is why you guys pay me the big bucks over LA 36. I knew for sure it was going to be going to Pohevitz. And as we look at here's some of these highlights right now from Palisades, I mean, they're giving a great fight. But here's the kill right here to finish. Oh, look at that. Justin Dixon, what a beast. Dang!
Pohevitz takes us to the break.
California has always been a land of discovery. From historic gems to iconic beaches to top attractions. Let the Amtrak Pacific Surfliner be part of your journey as you explore more of the place we call home. Reconnect with the communities you love most, with the people you love most. Isn't it time you rediscovered Southern California?
All right, pal. Get ready for the day, buddy.
Hey, Dad. Hey, Dad. Do we have a gun?
What's that?
Do we have a gun?
Plain and simply, Chatsworth through 2 sets has been the better squad over reigning champion Palisades.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, it's been so far the Pohevitz show, of course. Supporting cast has been very good. Dixon doing what Dixon does, Unakalu helping and contributing, and just not enough answers for the Dolphins. And look, they're now standing team, terrific. They belong here. And in fact, it's not over by any stretch of the imagination. That's what pedigree gets you. That's what confidence gets you. A great coach like Carlos Gray gets you. But I don't know. It just seems like the flames that are on the Chatsworth Chancellor's shorts right there represent more than just fashion.
Yeah, Carlos Gray, you mentioned, he's won 8 city titles in 8 years, 5 on the boys' side, 3 with the girls. And year in and year out, his teams always seemingly get to the championship match. He started in 2014 at Palisades, and twice he got to the semis. That was his worst years.
He's okay.
He's okay, yeah.
I mean, if you like that kind of stuff.
I like him. He's a good dude.
I mentioned to you earlier that he also is a really good cook, and I hope he's got a good recipe for this one. He's got to cook something up special right now. But he's a terrific guy. You know, he's a very chill dude, competitor, but he leads these boys every year to just tremendous success.
Well, Chatsworth beat El Camino in the semis from their West Valley League easily. Palisades got by University from their Western League in 4 sets. So these were the teams that all year long that were anticipated to get here, and if Pali's going to go, they're going to have to go right now. They can't drop another set.
I just sense purpose from Chatsworth, and I just feel like, Palisades is going to have to break something here. They can't just keep going along like they're doing, being good. They're going to have to break some dishes. They're going to have to make a mess, because right now it just feels like Chatsworth is just on a mission.
On our Amtrak Pacific Surfliner game of the week, the 2023 Boys Volleyball Championships from Cal State Northridge. See what Pali can do in this third and what could be potentially final set. And the first point, a Blake Pohavits kill. And that has gotten to be repetitive.
Well, it's a great, nice high swing off the block. It's the sort of thing you expect from a guy who's going to be a college player. He's a very intelligent swinger.
We'll have a player of the match presented by Amtrak Pacific Surfliner. Alex Brew gets that one through. See if Pali can get on top of Chatsworth. They've been playing from behind the whole match.
Man, were you reading my mind?
I do.
Do you have ESPN? What is your deal?
I have ESPN, but it has nothing to do with us. We're LA 36.
I was thinking exactly the same thing. If they could just get on top for a little while and get some cushion,
No,
then
that's not going to do it.
But then that.
Tor is a little bit too juiced up.
Mamma mia, Enzo. Mamma mia.
And I can understand that. He's trying to make something happen with the serve.
Well, and I said you had to be aggressive and break something, but, jeez. Be nice if it worked.
This one's going to Pali. Yeah, no.
Unakalu.
That's the third time that the youngster in the middle, the big fella, has been detected for going into the net. Taj 3 times into the net. But again, that's aggressiveness.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you were 6'7", it'd be hard to keep parts of your body out of the net, too. How tall are you?
Not 6'7". Pohavits. Too much steam. Peksak had a shot at it, but again, too tough to dig up.
I mean, you're going to get some of these digs, but you're not going to get them all. I mean, that's just advantage offense. What are you going to do?
He's firing BBs.
See if he can make a serve here, because he's been a little bit off with his serving game. See if this one puts some pressure on the Dolphins.
3 serving 2.
Nice ball. Oh, wow. That's pressure.
Yeah, the pressure from the serve. So
he dialed it up.
Pohavits again going to George Mason. He's to commit 4.6 GPA. Started his high school career at Cleveland.
That was category 4 Pohavits right there. I don't even want to see what category 5 looks like.
Rockwell had it come back. Chatsworth getting up on the net, and they're bothering Pali. They are bothering the Dolphins. Chatsworth, we're going to have a conference here. They may not have won this rally.
Well, we had different calls from both up and down ref.
We've had that a couple times today.
Our down ref is just like a net hawk. She is got net radar like you can't believe. And now Rich Dalma, the head ref, is saying, hey, I saw a violation prior to your net call. Let's see what happens first here. See if we can pick it up. Here we go. This is not the play. That's not the one we're talking about.
Going to Chatsworth.
Well, you know what they say, the guy on the stand usually gets the final word, right? So Rich Kalma decided he had seen something first.
It's 5 serving 2. And again, the Dolphins in an early hole. Down 2 sets to love. Palisades in deep trouble here. Got a quick attack. That's good setting there, making it easy for Josh Landy.
Well, our theory of Palisades getting an early lead is not being tested. And as a result, they're going to try and play that side-out game. It just hasn't panned out the first 2 sets.
Just starting a hole in every set.
Here we go.
Serve. There you go.
Here's an opportunity. See what the Dolphins can do with it.
Rockwell with a rocket. In system, that was pretty impressive for the Dolphins.
More like that. We need more like that. I mean, it was a mistake and a characteristic mistake from Jacob Perez, which puts them in the driver's seat, one-on-one. Palisades getting it done.
Una Akalu driving it through. Point Chatsworth.
You know what they call that, Randy? They call that atonement. Perez on point. Una Akalu restoring order for the Chancellors. I mean, Chancellors are governors, right?
They want it to be a night of atonement. And the championship, Rockwell again. It went wide. Yeah, it hit the net and went out.
Hit the tape. He's trying to cut at the hard angle. I get it. Didn't miss by much.
He's explosive, though. He's a go-to guy.
He had one-on-one. It was maybe a little bit too much of an angle shot there. Oh, boy. Look at that football. I didn't see it. I got to see the replay to know for sure, but they look confused. I'm confused. Cena's confused.
It was the rotation. They were out of rotation.
I don't know how that could be true, but okay.
We've seen a lot of that throughout the city finals and all the different matches today. Rockwell took something off that serve. Beauregard. Palisades still in the rally.
Opportunity. Here we go, Dixon.
Boom. Justin Dixon.
You can't really free ball the chances and figure it's going to work out for you.
Boy, that's just some strong stuff from Justin Dixon.
Yeah, he's been a big factor all season, but certainly tonight.
When they go quick, Pally seems to have more success. That was well done and set up beautifully for Landy, who will serve.
2-point set. Still right there. Chancellors are still giving him life, and Dolphins still trying to get over the hump.
Havitz got a touch, got a point for Chatsworth.
You asked me this week on SoCal Prep Report who would I take, right? And that's why I say I would take Bo Havitz, because he's the X factor. Every time you need a big play, he's been able to deliver. As good as Picksock is.
Torres. Again, I like his snap in the wrist. I mean, he's a quick hitter.
Hey, man, better late than never. I mean, he wasn't much of a factor first two sets, and he's starting to turn it up.
Enzo Torres, just a junior. Coach said he can be great, and we've seen that at times in this match.
They need him now more than ever.
Short serve, trying to keep the Chancellors off balance. They block it. That's what they needed to net. That'll get them some life. You block for points. Beautifully done by Eddie Allen, number 5.
Uncharacteristic communication earlier. This probably should have been Dixon. Perez thought it was going to go to Dixon.
Too much power from Havitz. How do you try to stop him? Do you send an extra guy out there to try to put a two-man wall up?
I think that's right. I think that you do what all teams do with great players, which is you try to slow him down. I think stopping him is the wrong idea. You want to frustrate him. You want to make life difficult. You're not going to stop him completely.
Well, what did Taft do when we saw the match? When Taft forced him into errors?
I don't know that they did so much. I think it was maybe a little bit the emotion and maybe a little bit his own end characteristic execution errors.
Again,
but
Alex
they try to
Brew
make his life tough, that's all.
Brew with the kill. Pally hanging around in this set. But again, they're still behind. They can't get the lead. At least they haven't been able to so far.
Well, in this match, they haven't shown the pull away yet. They've shown that we can hang with you, but they haven't shown that we can separate from you. So let's see if they have it now.
Leo Zanetti in to serve.
That's
through for Havitz's best friend on the net. Of course, that's the big fellow, Una Akalu.
If it doesn't happen now for Palisades, I mean, maybe the fourth set. What do you think? Fifth set?
No.
If it doesn't happen now, it's not happening.
That's right.
Right? Isn't that the point? So the urgency, I appreciate calm demeanor, but there has to be some urgency right now for Palisades.
Well, they seem to be more alive. They're playing better. But can they get on top of this team? Not with passes like that. You cannot do that. A hitter's delight for Una Akalu.
You're sitting there watching that at home saying, that was easy. If I was 6'7", I could. You know what? I'll tell you what. That is not an easy play. I've seen so many dudes miss on that because it's so wide open. Una Akalu just tags it.
Rockwell got hands, gets the point for Powell.
It's tough, man. Rockwell's having a real nice match. He's contributing here and there, and every time he looks up at the scoreboard, they're still chasing.
Can Wallach serve up an ace? Kim setting it up. Havitz missed it. A rare misconnection. Dolphins to within 1.
He needs to make sure he's checking his electrolytes. I mean, that looked like he gave up on it, maybe a little fatigue showing up. I would have pounded it, but.
I like what James Rockwell's doing now. He's showing vocal leadership, trying to exhort his team on the Palisades.
Nice.
There's the roof to tie it, and it doesn't. Una Akalu saw Josh Landy get up and beat him at the net.
Look at that. Yeah, I agree with you. I think, like Rockwell along with Pixock is, that's the senior leadership right there. He's rocking the Michael Bolton, perm going there. I mean, the dude is just, he's a stud. Let's just put it plain. Number 15. Number 1 in your hearts, though.
Even at 12. Can they get the lead, Palin? Havens with a rifle shot right through the middle.
That's
that was a little X in the middle, wasn't it?
Little pretty attack right there. Everyone bit on Una Akalu, and then
they hit him. Una Akalu running in front of Havens. Rockwell tooling the block. We're even at 13.
Beauregard plenty high enough, doesn't turn the block in, gets tooled.
There's no question Rockwell is trying to show his leadership skills in bringing Pally back.
Absolutely, and now you got 2 seniors in the front row for Palisades.
Una Akalu gives Chatsworth the advantage again.
And you got to figure with Paysock, he's probably going to be a creative setter here, maybe look for an attack here or there, but try and ride Rockwell as much as you can. And I think 15 is probably going to see the next attack.
Chatsworth by 1. They're up 2 sets, trying to win the city title right here. And can wrap it up in 3. Dunn is dug. Rockwell.
No.
Oh, he hit it a little bit too strong. It was there for number 15, James Rockwell, but he missed it.
And again, they didn't climb that hill. They tied at 12. 15-13, they're just not able to get over it.
Lots of credit to Chatsworth responding each time.
It's a lift call. Whatever. I think you got to let that play, but I don't think Pally's going to be thrilled when they see that in the replay. It didn't look like much of a lift to me.
16-13, so Chatsworth's run off the last 3. They need to side out here and get the point.
All right, what do we got?
Havens out of the deep court. Free ball time for Kim and Chatsworth.
Hit the antenna, man.
Yep, it's another point. It's a kill on the outside for Dunn.
Tool off the block into the antenna.
You have good eyes to see. That was the antenna on the far side.
I couldn't see it hit the antenna. I just saw the way it bounced back.
Saw a wobble, too.
No, it's not the wobble. It's because it hit the tape as well. The ball hits the
Sure. We have a busy day here, haven't we?
It's been a busy day. It's a long day for me.
Long day. I know you played earlier and you lost a tough match in Division II. We're going to come back, try to set the stage, what could be the finishing touch on a Chatsworth championship right after this.
Hey, it's Vanessa exploring San Luis Obispo, and I stayed right here at Apple Farm Inn.
Combining the charm of a country-style inn with the modern conveniences of a luxury hotel, Apple Farm Inn is a great place to unwind. Start the trip off right by taking the Amtrak Pacific Surfliner train to San Luis Obispo. Enjoy sweeping views of the coastline and arrive refreshed and ready to explore. Plan your trip at pacificsurfliner.com/game of the week.
Wow.
Well, so far, Palisades, the defending champion, has been thoroughly outplayed by a determined Chatsworth team, up 2 sets, and 17-13 in the third. Siena Agassiz squad right on the doorstep of a championship. Pally has to have this one would think. They got it. Quick attack in the middle for Landy. They're down 3. They've been on the chase all evening long. They've had moments, but Chatsworth has answered the call each and every time.
This would be a good time for Rockwell to get the serve going, right? He could put some pressure on that could even things up. Let's see if it happens.
And guess what? He hit it long. I had the impression that James didn't know if he should hit it hard or just try to keep it in the field of play, and he just kind of
You know
got
what?
caught in the air.
He was off balance on the jump, so what? Let it drop. I mean, we saw Nate Kim do the same thing earlier, but instead he chose to go for it, and it sailed.
Is there a run in Palisades?
So look,
Torres into the net.
I know you
It's
said
slipping away from the Dolphins.
You said that is there a run as a rhetorical question, which is why I left it alone. But the answer is no. There's not a run that can get past what Chatsworth is doing tonight. Sorry.
A powerful display by the West Valley League champions, looking for the 20th point of the third set. It's all Chancellors. It's all Blake Cohaven. Timeout Palisades.
That's just gratuitous. You didn't even need that play. They set him back row anyway. It's almost like that was like to send a message or something.
5 points away from the championship in the open division for the Chatsworth Chancellors.
Hey, let's say this though. As a coach of a team that finished second today, I look at Palisades and I say that's a freaking great team. Okay, so we can't take away from how amazing the season that Palisades is having, how well they're coached, and how great those players are. Just because Palisades isn't winning today doesn't mean they're not an amazing team. Chatsworth is having a better day. That's all I want to say about it. As a runner-up, I just say, I've been there before, and you know what? They're pretty great. So kudos to the Dolphins.
And congratulations to you, Will. I know you're stepping down as the boys volleyball coach at Verdugo Hills. It had to be a tough moment for you earlier today as you take a look at some of the action from earlier in this set. Una Akalu doing his thing in the middle.
Nice
but congratulations on a great career, 27 years.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. It was bittersweet, but you know what? I was happy to have that ride, and I'm so excited for Sina. I'm so excited for Carlos, these other coaches. They get these great teams to coach just like I did for so many years.
Yeah, they really care about their volleyball programs, and these are the two premier programs in the LA City section.
Wow.
And another rotation error on Pally.
Now, you used to watch Monday Night Football. Who was it that used to say good night? Turn out the lights.
Don Meredith.
Don Meredith. Well, you're showing your age, Randy.
You're showing your age by knowing the questions to ask. We will have our Amtrak Pacific Surfliner player of the match after this set. Undoubtedly, it's going to go to Chatsworth. It's either Kim or Pohavitz, I would think.
Coach Gray is just beside himself. And it's partly the call, and it's partly just the way the afternoon's going. I feel for him. It's just frustrating as
Again,
hell.
I'm going to make you the gentleman that selects our player of the game. Oh. And that one's turned in. Nate Kim.
Nasty Nate. What up?
Nate Kim, the setter.
Dude, he's like, judge me by my size, do you? Damn.
Kim. And Dixon with some assistance.
We used to call him Little Kim, and now we're going to call him Big Dog.
Torres drives that one through. Rare point for Pally. But right now,
it's over.
Chatsworth is sitting on 3 points, and they're just counting it down. And for those Dolphin fans, not a lot to cheer about in this one.
Unless. Let's see what happens right here. Opportunity.
Torres tipping it down. That was pretty.
See that? 1 point at a time, one play at a time. Pally's not panicking. I mean, they're not happy about it, but they're not panicking.
Well, they're not panicking, but they're in a deep hole.
Man, you got Enzo Torres. You can't be panicking. You got Enzo Torres. Here we go. Here comes another one.
They have an opportunity to score.
Go back to him. Oh, they went to the lefty.
Hexock. I think that was pretty smart.
That looked great. Hexock's like, man, I'm not done playing yet.
One more point. Do you think Cena calls a timeout, or does he take it here? He's taking it right now.
I'm going to say I think he might take it right now.
Well, now you can say that because he did.
I just watched the replay. He took it right now.
Yeah,
here it is. Look at that CSUN. Beautiful camp. I'm so glad we're here today. Good for CIF. Good for LACIF and CSUN working it out for the kids in Los Angeles. And we've got a packed house here, and this is a great environment. It should be at a big Premier America Credit Union Arena venue like it is here today.
Premier America Credit Union Arena.
I've invested all my money with those guys, and I got to tell you, it's working great.
I invested a lot of years because I went to school here when it was the Matadome.
Now, wait, I got to tell you, I don't have that much money, but I have invested all of it. with Premier America.
You know they're not sponsoring our show.
Hey, they sponsored my whip outside, man. Have you been out in the parking lot?
No, I haven't.
97 Corolla, pal. I'm telling you, but the wheels on that thing?
Pay is good at Verdugo.
I'm just saying.
22-17. Still 3 needed for the Chancellors. Agassi forced to take a rare timeout in this match, but he's still applauding on the sideline. He has a nice cushion.
It's preventative. It's precautionary. He still feels confident. But I tell you, man, Palisades, they have not quit.
See if they can creep closer. Here comes Palisades.
Yeah, good call. He's on the line. I saw it. It's tough. It's a toe. But, you know, when they're trying to break the record in the long jump, they count that toe, you know. Palisades' toe just barely on the line.
Dolphins trying to mount a miracle rally. Still down 18-22.
Oh, boy.
That one's finally through. The middles have been so consistent in this one. Dixon this time, but both those middles, Dixon and Una Akalu, have had big matches.
I feel like C-3PO. You know, do you want to know what the odds are of Palisades coming back at this moment? 6,422,000.
Free ball, looking for point 24 are the Chancellors. A bad slip, heartbreaking for Brew, but he saved it. Palisades, too strong. Rockwell's diving attempt goes awry. Championship point for Chatsworth, trying to sweep the champs from a year ago.
Long time coming.
Chase Dunn knows it. There's that clenched fist. Ready to serve.
Oh, man, the crowd can feel it.
24-18.
They're on their feet.
25-18, 25-22. It's 24-18 currently. Dunn with a smile on his face before he serves it.
Get your iPhones ready.
How great is this? He knows he's got all this cushion to try to serve it.
You got Palisades in the front row. Get your cell phones ready, kids.
Here we go. Torres. It's over. Chatsworth. The Chancellors are the champions. (25-18, 25-22, and 25-18).
They proved the doubters and the haters wrong. And like I was telling you, Randy, I know you were against them all year, but I'm telling you, Chatsworth absolutely, they just had it coming.
I was against them all year. Where do you come up with this stuff?
Hey, what can I tell you? I just report what I hear.
Chatsworth, the Chancellors, celebrating with their fan base. The Chancellors in the Valley win the title. We'll come back. We'll have our Amtrak Pacific Surfliner player of the match and wrap it up from CSUN. Congratulations to Chatsworth. We'll step out for a moment.
California has always been a land of discovery. From historic gems to iconic beaches to top attractions. Let the Amtrak Pacific Surfliner be part of your journey as you explore more of the place we call home. Reconnect with the communities you love most, with the people you love most. Isn't it time you rediscovered Southern California?
When I was in foster care, I never knew when I would have to move. So I always had my suitcase ready to go. Then one day I was adopted. My new parents opened their hearts and home to me. My parents cook my favorite breakfast for me every morning. My parents take me on trips I never thought I would go on. They gave me a home and an even better reason to use that suitcase. My parents aren't perfect, but they're perfect for me.
The black truck? Hey, Christina from accounting.
Yeah, hi.
Hey, I used to date a girl named Christina.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then she dumped me for my best friend. You want to see some photos of them that I took?
I don't.
I thought we talked about this, buddy.
Buzzed and overshared again?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm gonna call a car.
That's a smart idea.
So, yeah, I know. That's why I did it.
Hey, you're gonna get back to the top of the mountain.
Does that mean I'm gonna get back with Christina?
No.
Oh.
No.
If you love them enough to drive an hour to cheer them on as they get beat 11-0 in the rain, then surely you'll check nhtsa.gov/the right seat to make sure they're correctly buckled in the back seat.
Throw that ball, Diane. Woo! You got this.
Thank you. You know what? I think we have a perfect 10. Chatsworth has won its 10th city volleyball championship. Now, second alone, only Pally has more with 17. But Chatsworth wins in 3 straight. 25-18 in the first and third, 25-22 in the middle. And again, it was Blake Pohavitz, our Amtrak Pacific Surfliner player of the match. And Blake, I just sensed from the first set your team really wanted it tonight. What was the philosophy going in?
I mean, all I can say is, wow. The past couple of weeks, we've been at practice grinding and grinding and grinding. Seeing our head coach hasn't been there. He just had his baby. We said we would win it for him, and we just got to make most of our situation, and we did. And we played it with grit and determination for 3 straight sets. It was amazing.
You're still fired up, aren't you?
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure Will's got a question for you.
It's just, we watched all these players on the court today, Palisades, your guys, tremendous players. And I'm not taking anything away from them, but I said again and again, you were the difference maker. And I know you like to deflect. I know you like to give credit to your teammates. What did you feel today was going to be the thing that made you take over today? What was that?
I don't know. My whole team was playing great around me. I've never seen. This was the best volleyball we played all year, and we saved it for the best moment. And it was just amazing. It
was a pleasure to watch, man.
Thank you.
Well, you had 18 kills in 3 sets. That's obviously 6 kills per set. So you got it done. Did you sense going in that you were going to be able to put that many balls down?
No, I didn't. Palisades is an amazing team. We've always been their rivals. We lost last year. They put up a great block. But, Nate, our setter, he was putting great balls up there for us, and we made it work. We made it work, and we beat them.
I got to tell you, I thought Nate Kim could have been our player of the match. I thought he was terrific for you.
Oh, yeah. Nate was our centralized player of the game. I mean, he should have gotten it. He was setting us. He was putting up the balls for us to win. He's an amazing player.
You're a great kid. Good luck at George Mason.
Thank you so much.
Go join your club out there. I know you want to celebrate.
All right, dude. Congrats.
But he's a tremendous player, Will. Come on in here. We'll wrap this up. Kohavitz, 18 kills in 3 sets. And really, the story of the match is, and we thank Blake for coming over here right in the middle of the championship ceremony. Really, the story here is Chatsworth jumped on him in every set, and Pally could never, ever get back into any of the sets, Will.
Yeah, they trailed pretty much from jump. They came close. They even tied. They just didn't seem to be able to get over the hump. And it seemed like if there was a moment where they were in contention, Pohavitz was there to create the separation for the Chancellors.
I didn't expect a 3-love match. I think going in, Chatsworth was the favorite this year. Carlos Gray told me when we were talking before the match, this should be Chatsworth's year. He said if we can bring it up a gear, we have a chance to beat them. But he felt Chatsworth was the heavy favorite here. He was right, but I don't even think Carlos believed his team would lose 3 straight sets.
Yeah, there's a little sandbagging there, but I think he also understands that he's got a lot of younger players. I mean, there's 11 underclassmen on that team, so he'll be back next year stronger than ever.
There are the champions from Chatsworth. They're 10th overall, and they take the crown away from Palisades. That's going to do it. Fun times on our Amtrak Pacific Surfliner Game of the Week. This match dominated by the Chancellors. The West Valley League champions are now the city champions. Will, a final thought?
I'm just so happy for Cena. I know a young dad. He's got a lot on his mind this summer, raising a little girl like that. So proud of his Chancellors. And again, for Coach Gray and for those Dolphins right there, they'll be back next year. Excited to watch them play again.
Well, these teams are always back, aren't they? Yeah, for Cena, just a storybook year. Not only the child, but, he played at this facility in college. He was born in Northridge, and he comes back here and wins the city title for his Chancellors. And for Will, I'm Randy and our entire LA 36 crew. That's a finishing wrap-up on this one. Congratulations to the Chancellors. They are the 2023 Open Division champions in the LA City section. So long from the CSUN.